I'm going to do a very important video that I wish I had before I gave birth. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Chandler and I actually was very inspired and thought in the moment, why isn't there something like this? I need this, maybe I should create it after all is said and done for other moms so they don't have to go scouring the internet for all this information like I did. So you know, I had an unmedicated birth in water at a birthing center with a midwife and a very fast delivery. After about 4 hours of giving birth at the birthing center, I was already home and in bed. So what I actually experienced was a lot of tearing because of that. I had torn upper and lower, internal and external, and it required a lot of stitches. This worked for me. I didn't need any fancy techniques or expensive products to get me through the healing process, and I am actually better than ever. My body has fully recovered, and there was a moment I thought it might not, but it does, and you'll be just fine. These are here to assist you, but even without any of it, the female anatomy is miraculous to say the least. So here we are, 3 months after I've given birth to this beautiful little girl. For those of you who are returning subscribers, this may be a shock to you. Thank you for continuing to subscribe after a long hiatus. And for those of you who are new here, I will be posting a lot of content as it applies to motherhood, my faith, and lifestyle. So if you would like to subscribe, please do. For those of you who don't know me, I am a research fanatic, and when I tell you the labor prep was intensive, I really mean it. I spent months looking into products that could help after labor and delivery. Of course, I went to YouTube for that, and what I found was a lot of sort of gimmicky information. I wanted something that was a little bit more specific, to the point, focused on recovery postpartum. I like to keep things simple, especially in terms of ingredients. So with being a research enthusiast, it also goes into being a bit of a granola girl and keeping things simple, liking natural products, especially in terms of what I put in my body or on my body. They're going to be as simple, as clean as I could possibly find. And they're going to be available to you through the links down in the description box below. Go ahead and head over to my Instagram where I do share a lot of this information there as well, and I would love to connect with you there. That's also linked down below. You really can't operate or do anything without a diaper on, so get used to the thought of being in diapers with your baby. I used the organic bladder control underwear that I will picture here. They are organic cotton. They are obviously used for leak protection. You will be bleeding after birth, but also for incontinence. And I tell you, I was incontinent for weeks after giving birth, so that's a possibility for you. They are meant for sensitive skin. They're FSA and HSA eligible. And at the time of my birth, I was 180 pounds. I'm 5'4", and I wore a size large for reference. Next on the list, and yes, you will need both, are organic maxi pads. These maxi pads are cotton and organic by Livelit. They are 100% organic cotton made in the USA. They are unscented and chlorine free, and like I said, you guys, keep it super simple. You have a major wound and it's exposed to its environment during this time, so no fragrances, no chemicals, as simple as possible, and generally that's organic cotton. I use these in large as well, and I added that to my diaper because yes, you will need the protection. You will be bleeding very heavily for at least the first few days, and then some, possibly a few weeks after birth. And so the diaper and the maxi pad are used in combination for the first few nights at the very least, and you'll thank me later. Now, this is not essential, but it is a lifesaver. Go ahead and purchase a mattress protector. This is the one I found. It is organic. I do have it on my bed, and I thank God every day for it, because there are so many fluids that are coming out of you and your baby, and it doesn't just stop after you've healed up, but things like breastfeeding on the bed later on are definitely going to affect your mattress if it's not protected. So get something like this and it'll definitely help you out. This is also made with clean ingredients. It was the most natural, most basic one that I could find. Bamboo fibers, and it comes in all different sizes. I myself have a California King and it fits perfectly. I also have a very deep mattress. So if you need something like that, I would recommend this one. On the topic of leaking and bleeding, of course, for the first few days, it's going to be heavy. Then it's going to lighten up and eventually become more of like a period, and then spotting, and then it'll go away. But in the meantime, you're going to want something lighter than a diaper. You're not going to want to wear the maxi pads. At least I didn't. So what I went with were granny panties to wear the maxi pad with, that, or period panties that are high-waisted. I chose these high-waisted ones not only because they're cotton and high absorbing, but because they have the high-waisted feature, which, as you know, your tummy is just getting back into alignment and everything's kind of jumbled and not feeling quite right. So the more pressure and comfort you can apply to your abdominal, the better. These actually did work really well, and I used them just to go to bed at night once I was just very lightly spotting, or very predictably able to go to the bathroom, but just didn't want any accidents while I was sleeping. These I would recommend, and then I'll link some others down below. Speaking of your abdominal muscles, one non-essential thing that I got that I found really helpful was a waist trainer. This is the one that I chose. However, there are many to choose from online. I would recommend this because it does have the simple fibers that won't irritate your skin, very soft, and it has the adjustment in several different places, so you can adjust as your body adjusts as well. And it was very sturdy, very strong. I really appreciated it at the time, and I still use it here and there as my body adjusts even still. I would go with a neutral color to wear under your clothing and try it out. I think that it's something that is overlooked in most cases. There we go. Now for cleansing and bathroom care. This is a big one because obviously you're going to have to go to the bathroom eventually, though it's a daunting task after you've given birth. So you want it to go as easily and smoothly as possible. Colace. This is what I took, and it really eased that whole process. Of course, it was still uncomfortable, but nothing bad happened, thank goodness. And I would definitely recommend to take at least some afterward, if not even before you give birth, to get your system used to it. I know I was recommended to take it about a week beforehand. I did it for about 4 days beforehand and 4 days after to get my body back in rhythm, and it really helped. Then there's the daily maintenance of going to the bathroom. In general, you're going to want a peri bottle. This is by Mommy First. I will picture it and link it down below. You're going to want a peri bottle that's not just a spray bottle, but one that can go upside down. This has several holes to make it sort of a showering effect. It's much less harsh on the skin, and it holds a pretty good amount of fluid. This is really cheap online. The reason I purchased this one is because it is BPA free. What I would fill this with is witch hazel. You can just do water. Warm water is especially soothing at first, but when you want to cleanse and are unable to take a shower, or maybe you want that antibacterial effect, then I would go with witch hazel. But And remember this, do not choose a alcoholic witch hazel. There are non-alcohol options, and I would highly recommend avoiding alcohol, especially when you have an open wound down there. Focus on things that are going to be astringent, but not intense. This is the witch hazel that I use on my skin. You can use it. However, there is this brand that everyone knows and loves, and I'm gonna go ahead and link them as well. On the topic of witch hazel, there are pads that you can wipe and cleanse with after you use the facilities, which helped me a great deal. But you can also, and this is a mom hack that I learned from somebody here on YouTube, you can also put them in the freezer. And once they're frozen, you simply peel them off and place them on your maxi pad and wear them so that you can get the astringent effect, the anti-inflammatory effects, and even the fresh scent while you're cooling that area down there. And it was like genius to me. I did use it and it really helped. So I would recommend putting them in the freezer and simply placing them on your pads whenever you're able, that or just using them cold as you cleanse yourself after using the bathroom. It's really gonna help. It's a great mom hack. These pads are the ones that I chose. In addition to the witch hazel cooling pads, you can use a freezer reusable pad that has a sock or a slip that you can rewash. I used reusable perennial ice packs. They worked really well. As I mentioned, they are reusable. I was using them every night as I slept, and they really help the inflammation. If you're not feeling the cooling effect and you need a little bit of heat, then use a heating pad. I bought this extra large heating pad and it worked wonders. I remember a few nights I had really bad backaches. That and my abdominals were going back into place and just feeling really sore at the end of the day, especially after carrying her around and walking and just resuming normal activities. So sometimes you're gonna want the heating effect and just to relax. So get yourself a heating pad. This one I highly recommend. And this one you can wash, which I have, and it still works great. Knowing that I was going to be choosing the products that are the least intense on the body, avoiding as many chemicals and pain relievers as possible, I chose this pain relief spray by Lancino with 4% lidocaine. And this is a topical spray that you simply spritz on your wound, and it does have an upside down feature if you're on the toilet and need to spritz up, which I did use. And I honestly think that it carried me through the tail end of my healing when everything's just a bit weird, uncomfortable, maybe itchy, things like that. It really calms it down. It takes that edge and allows you to continue on with your day. Another thing you may use this for is hemorrhoids. Yes, I did have hemorrhoids. Yes, I needed it for that. And I also used Roid Balm, which is a much more gentle sort of ointment that you will use on your hemorrhoids as they begin to heal. And it helped me because it's just an herbal relief. It's not meant to take pain away necessarily, but to help the process of it actually healing. If you're going into labor, then I'm sure you're aware hemorrhoids can be caused by all of the pushing, and you might experience this. So I just went ahead and got it even beforehand, which I'm glad I had it on hand because it did help. Another and embarrassing thing that I did use and I was very thankful for is the ring cushion. On the way back from the birthing center, anytime that you're just sitting at the table for at least the first week, you're gonna be really sensitive and not wanna put a whole ton of pressure on yourself down there. This one is inflatable. You can simply breathe into it. It's got a 14-inch diameter. It's just a plastic ring, but you put it underneath yourself and it really takes the edge off. You can actually sit and have a conversation potentially with someone using this. Another thing to keep the edge off are the Vitamedica supplements that I was taking. They are homeopathic pain remedy for non-surgical procedures. This is bromelain. I was taking it also with arnica in combination, and the two really helped with inflammation, but on top of that, anxiety. If you run as a sort of anxious personality, that may get flared up in pain or as your body is recovering and being sleep deprived. So I would supplement with something like that to, again, take the edge off. This is the brand that I use, and please continue to supplement also with your prenatal and postnatals after labor, because those will definitely help you in the process of healing. On top of the bedding that you're going to want with the mattress protector, you're also going to want to get an extra set of sheets. I don't know why this is not discussed when you're talking about things that will truly help you, but I myself couldn't do laundry, especially for the first few days. You're completely incapable, you're bedridden. I've listed these down below. They are cotton, organic. This way, your burden of laundry will be that much lighter on yourself. Organic hand sanitizer. You're gonna want something that is not super scented. Please don't have something on your hands constantly that's super scented, because you will be touching your baby's face. Your nipple will be in their mouth and you'll be touching that. There's just a lot of things that you don't want affecting your baby's sinuses or their system right away. So get something unscented, non-fragranced, and organic if possible. Something very simple. This is the one I used. You're gonna be changing diapers, you're gonna be going to the bathroom, you're gonna be picking boogers, or whatever you do in those first few weeks, and your hands are gonna need sanitization constantly, and you're gonna get really tired of washing your hands, especially in the night, when all you want to do is reach over and spritz your hands and make sure they're clean for the next time you wake up. When it comes to pumping, you don't have to worry about that necessarily right away, especially if you have time to get on a breastfeeding schedule with your baby before returning back to work. But this is the pump that I use. It's Mom Cozy. It's the S12 Pro. It has a smart display. It's rechargeable. It has 3 different modes and 9 different levels. It's very, very comfortable. I chose it mainly because it's wireless and hands-free. As you can see here, I do everything possible with the baby hands-free. If I can get her to nap while on my chest in the wrap, that frees me to be able to do lots of other things around the house, and wearing a breast pump is the same concept. So you're gonna want something, if possible, to be wireless and hands-free. Another option that is very discreet, it's the Buddha Baby Breast Pump 2.0. This isn't wireless, but it's portable, and it has a remote that you can very discreetly tuck into your pocket. I also have this one, and I would say this is a great option. You can pump single to double breasts at the same time, and it's battery operated. So very simplistic, smart display, portable, love it. You're gonna love it too. Outside of the heating pad, there's a much more discreet option by Mom Cozy. This is another massager heater duo that I loved and I still use 3 months later. What I do is I turn this on and I make sure it's on the heating setting, and I will put it in my bra. So just like that. Put it in my bra right where I'm feeling the hard spot or the tension, and it massages it down. So this is something really discreet, really simple, and very effective that you can bring with you in a diaper bag or put it in the car, and it can just kind of help you get through the day. It is rechargeable and it comes with this carrying case and the power cord. You're gonna want some catch-all covers. There are some catch-all covers that I've used that I recommend if you're expecting your letdown. It will catch all, and these are very effective. I was surprised to see how much I actually was letting down and wasting essentially before I had these. These ones are made by Willow and they've got great reviews. I tried them out. They're BPA free and they'll last you a long time. Pretty inexpensive as well. There's another brand, Haka, called the Ladybug, that I'll link down below. I've tried them as well. They do come in a larger size if that's something that you feel you need. And yeah, I think that you'll be glad you did. So these are the Lancino Stay Dry Nurse Pads. You will need these as soon as your milk comes in. You will never not wear a bra again. And these will make sure that your bra or shirts don't get saturated with milk when you have your letdown. So these are really essential. The ease of use and convenience is the highest for these. You can get reusable ones, which I have also. They are cotton and organic, and of course the reusability is a perk too. So if you're not interested in these disposable ones that have the sticky side that you attach to your bra, then go ahead and get some reusable ones. And they are pretty discreet. In those first few weeks, your nipples are gonna be really sore, really sore. And I have a newfound respect for any breastfeeding mama because it's not easy. Every mama, I think at one point or another, wants to give up because it's just so painful. So something to help ease the pain as your nipples adjust are the Nipple Butter by Mother's Promise. There is another brand that I love that I will also link down below. They're both organic, using very simple ingredients. There's zero petroleum, parabens, lanolin, fragrances, or preservatives in this one. It's simple, so as it's on your nipple and your baby is going to be breastfeeding, you want to do something super simple. So I definitely recommend these, and I would say to use it after every feeding in the beginning, because that's what I did and that's what helped me heal and recover after each feeding. There's also something called Silver Cups. These are by Koala, and I recommend doing something like this as well as a backup in case your nipples need a little bit of extra healing in between feedings. These are going to be cooling, they're going to be antibacterial and protective, because any friction from your shirt or from your bra is going to irritate you, and so you're going to want something like this just to take that edge off and allow your skin to heal more quickly. On top of the Ladybug and Willow milk collectors and catch-alls, you're gonna maybe want a manual breast pump. This is something that is non-essential but could be useful if your nipples are very sore. This is a little less intense on your system and on your skin. You can do it manually. You can see what's going out very easily and control it yourself. I know a lot of people have had a lot of success just using the Haka. On the topic of breastfeeding, you have to have a lot of hydration to be creating milk for your baby. There is a recommendation of drinking a gallon a day to supply milk and to keep up with the essential nutrients that your body produces. Otherwise, as your milk is produced, it goes to your baby and is actually taken from your bones, your teeth, your skin, and believe me, you begin to notice it really quickly when you're not hydrated. So staying hydrated is key. I linked the water bottle that I used down below, as well as a few others that I know are BPA free, that are stainless steel, and will be perfect for what you need moving forward. A couple of other non-essentials that I really love and still use are these magnesium products. So magnesium spray, magnesium bath salt, things that are going to get into your system that are natural, are highly recommended at this time for muscle recovery. You did just exert yourself and go through a somewhat traumatic experience, and your body is recovering and doing its very best to get back to normal, and anything you can do to ease that discomfort is something that you should do. If you're not a big bath taker, you can use the magnesium spray, which I know my husband uses as well after workouts, and really helps the muscles recover. That's pretty much what I had in my toolbox for postpartum recovery. I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope this explained why you need these things and not just what you need. I would love to connect with you more about motherhood. It's something that I love to discuss and share and talk about. So if you are interested, follow me on my social media. It's linked down below. ChandlerVato on all platforms. You can find me here weekly. I'm going to be posting much more content as it applies to motherhood and lifestyle and faith. So please continue to follow me, and I would love to connect with you there. Thanks again, and have a great day.